Hey, Pastor Ken here. Just checking in with you for another day. I came across a news article where a teacher was on Twitter. I don't know where the teacher was, but I guess he's in his circle is pretty famous. He's written several books on teaching that are pretty well known and a very influential teacher. And they had this thread going about he was kind of had a rant about um, that he wanted to be able to teach the kids like on Zoom with the video teaching. He was worried about that because he was scared the parents would be listening in while he was teaching, and he didn't like that at all. He felt like the parents shouldn't have any input on how he taught, and not so much on how he taught, but they shouldn't even be in the room while he's teaching with the kids. And there was this, lots of other teachers had commented back in on how, yeah, they had the same type of thought process where some of them actually make them turn on the video and make sure the room's empty and there's nobody else in the room while they're teaching. Now, these are elementary school teachers, but I don't care if it's elementary school all the way up to a high school teacher. Our four boys went through a public school, and we wanted to know what was going on. And I know tons of teachers, and they're great people, and they do a great job. And this is probably an exception rather than the norm. But if this is a small exception, how many kids are across the nation are teachers have this type of attitude where they don't want the parents to know what goes on? And as parents, we shouldn't want to know what's going on, and we should know what's going on. To me, that seems wrong, up and down, flat out wrong. That a teacher wants to teach without the parents being able to listen in and find out what your kids are being taught. And it brings me to a passage, and the kind of thing I want to focus on today is Proverbs 22, verse 4 says this: humility and fear of the Lord bring wealth and honor and life. In the path of the wicked lie thorns and snares, but he who guards his soul stays far from them. Train a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not turn from it. This is important. Fathers, we're given the spiritual head of the household. We are to be the spiritual leaders in our families. We should be involved in training our kids spiritually. That responsibility is given to us. Now, I'm very fortunate with my wife. She's, we tag team on this kind of thing. So husbands and wives, you should be training your kids not only in biblical stories, biblical concepts, a biblical worldview, something that will keep them from falling in the paths of the wicked, that will snare them and wreck their lives. We should be involved in that. But even more than that, there are kids, and we know what's best for them, and we should be involved in their education on all levels. And so we should know what they should be being taught, and we should be involved with the school. I'm not saying you shouldn't let them go to public school or anything of that nature, but I'm just saying that we shouldn't hand off our kids for 8 or 10 hours a day to a school that often will teach values that aren't consistent with what we believe as believers. And so, whether we take this passage or other ones, being training our kids in spiritual morals, biblical morals and godly truths is always good for them in the long run, and it will come to bless us over time. So whether you got kids or grandkids, invest them in the Bible stories. It'll pay off in the long run. Have a great day, and may God bless you.